With me right now, I have one of the family members affected by ICE kidnapping innocent immigrants and humans in Dalton. I have Miss Friday, Carlos's fiance, with me right now, and I just want to give her the floor to be able to tell her story, what happened with her fiance, and how it is affecting her, the community, and the longevity of Dalton in general. So you have the floor, ma'am. You can say whatever you want, anything you want.
Okay, so Carlos was pretty much stalked by a sheriff's officer,
What
um,
county was this? Whitfield, Dalton PD?
Whitfield County.
Okay.
Whitfield County. He followed him since Friday, which it was June 20th. On June 22nd, he was pulled over. He was not pulled over. He was wrong. How you say that? Wrongfully pulled over.
Roughly detained. Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Right, because he was already in a private property, putting gas, and they just showed up behind his car and saying, "What was that back there?" Which he just make a left turn to get to the road where the gas station was. Carlos is a type 1 diabetic,
Okay.
and he didn't eat any breakfast that morning. He was on his way home, and we were gonna go eat. Um, so he started feeling sick. I made it to where he was at, and he started feeling sick. So I went into the gas station, got him a chocolate because his sugars was dropping, and he started throwing up.
Oh, wow.
So they just released him to me. They said, "You can take him home. Just make sure he's not driving, and stuff like that." And I
So
say,
he
"That's
was so he
fine."
was detained at the gas station.
He was not detained.
Okay.
He was pulled over,
Okay.
like
And you were able to
pretending that it
get
was.
to him within
I
that
was
time.
able to get
Okay.
to
Okay.
him, and I took him home with me that day.
And what was the reason for questioning him? What was their probable cause? Did they
They
have
didn't give
any
no proper
no
cause. They
reason,
say that
suspicion, nothing?
they thought he pulled in front of somebody, pulling
Do
like
you know who the officer was?
um, Lieutenant Rand.
Lieutenant Rand. How do you
Yes,
spell that? RAN?
Rann.
Okay. Have you
Yes,
requested any camera footage from the
I have,
interaction?
and they
Okay.
say they couldn't give it to me because he still have a case.
He's so because your fiance has a case.
That's why they
Is
said
you have a lawyer, correct?
I have a lawyer.
And has your
Yes.
lawyer gotten that footage?
No, not yet.
Really?
Right,
How long ago has this been?
but close to 4 months.
So it's been 4 months, and your lawyer has still not gotten the footage.
No, because they say that he still have a case in Whitfield County.
Is he in Woodville County?
No, he's in Stewart Detention Center
Where at?
in
This is
South
insane.
Georgia. It's in Lumpkin, Georgia.
Okay, go continue. I'm sorry. I just wanted to
No,
make
no,
sure I
you're
cleared all
fine.
that.
No,
Yeah.
you're fine. So that day they released him to me, so we thought that it was over. Um, and then June 30th, it was a Monday. We made it home after work. We cooked dinner together, and we were done eating dinner. He was washing dishes, and I was in the bathroom giving my grandbaby a shower, and my daughter comes running and say, "Mom, why is these police officers in our yard?" And I said, "What do you mean? Stop playing." She said, "No, it's four cops out there." And I said, and he looked at me and I said, "It's okay, baby. Let me go see what's going on." And so I went outside and I said, "Can I help you?" He said, I'm here to see Carlos." I said, "He's not here."
And who was this with officer? Was Officer Rain?
No, it
Okay.
was for other officers that I didn't get their
They didn't
names.
disclose the information at all.
No.
Okay.
And I said, "He's not here." And they say, "Don't lie to me, he's here. Your daughter already told me he was here." And we saw a man just came because we have like a storm door.
Yes, of
So
course.
they saw him. And I said, "Let me go." He said, "Either you call him out here or we're going to go inside because we have a
So were
warrant."
these officers ICE?
No,
They were
just
police
Whitfield County.
officers, and they said they had a warrant.
Hmm.
And in any of that time, did you ask for the warrant at
I
all?
did not.
And they just told you they had a warrant.
Right.
Okay, continue.
And so I went in there and I said, "Baby, just go outside. Let's take care of it.
Okay.
Let's face it." So he went outside and they told him that the officer Rand thought that he was giving them false information because
So they came back to y'all's house because of that past interaction. Okay.
right.
Okay.
And so apparently he fined a some traffic violations in Indiana. That's where he lived for 23 years.
Okay.
And so he say that he felt like he was lied to, and he issued a warrant for his arrest. Um,
So they had so Rain had no probable cause or suspicion to pull
No,
over your fiance,
no,
and then during that interaction, because they had no preponderance of evidence, they let
right.
him
They
go
let
to
him
you
go.
because
Right,
of his issue,
right.
and then a couple days later they come to
A
you and
whole
said
a
that you were
week exactly
a
later,
week later
they
they
came
come
in.
to your house and said that he was lying.
Right.
So my question is this to you: if they didn't know who he was, how did they know where he was living? Were they stalking that same vehicle, or
So what we were there waiting for him because he insisted to pull records.
yes?
So we were there for like an hour and a half, and he said it's because I can find anything on him. I can find anything on him.
Then how did he find
And
out where he lives?
well, so Carlos asked me, we were having a conversation, and it was another officer right beside us, and he said, I said, I was scared to come over here because it was a big dog out there
Yeah.
outside of the house, and I was scared because he looks big and like I feel threatened by the
Yeah, of
dog.
course, yeah.
And that officer said, if you give me your address, I can dispatch an officer to pick because it's a weekend and I can go and get
Okay.
nobody else.
So he had
So I
credit. Okay.
gave him my address for him to go send an officer to see about the dog because he's been running around for a few days.
So was this time you gave the officer your information? Was this before or after?
The day of they pull him over at the gas station.
Okay.
So the only reason why I gave him my address was for him to dispatch
Oh, so
a
he
animal
then knew
control.
connection from you picking him
Right.
up that you were the one that called. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So a week later, like I said, they came and picked him up. They put a bond for $1,800. We didn't. They told him not to pay it because once we
Yes,
paid it,
perfect. They were gonna send it
they
to
will send
ICE.
it to ICE. He stayed in Whitfield County for 30 days. They neglected his medical conditions, and his sugars were like anywhere from he never dropped under 300 for the 30 days he was there. So that glucose being that high, he started losing vision on his right eye.
In terms of the glucose in the strips, how are you able to verify his well-being while in prison? Were they giving him strips? Was he telling you on the phone?
Because he was making phone calls to me,
Okay, okay.
and I did told the officer that took him like can he take his insulin please because
Yes,
he can be 300 and in less than 5 minutes is
drops very quick.
60 and
Okay,
he gets into shock. I'm like, he needs to be taken care of. And he said, don't worry about it. We have a nurse in the
okay,
building. We'll take care of that. So they knew his condition, and so they were checking his glucose
okay.
in the morning and at night.
Did you record any of your phone call
I
conversation?
have a lot of
Perfect,
recording.
awesome. That is
I have a
amazing.
lot of
Okay,
recordings,
perfect. And your lawyer
and
has them correct. Your lawyer has them correct.
yeah, no, I
Your
have
lawyer
them.
doesn't have the
He
recordings.
never
Okay.
asked for them, but I have them.
I would, in my opinion. So this is not legal advice, and I'm a lawyer, but I'm going to practice law. I would make sure that you disclose to your lawyer that not only do you have footage, because in Georgia it's a one consent party state law, which means that you have the right to record any conversation without consent as long as you're a part of it. And you're not employed. This isn't an employment place, so this
Right,
is basically verse verse, right?
right,
Give it to your lawyer, and in good faith, if something is to happen while he's there, not only do you have evidence of it while he was in when he was detained by Whitfield County, but when he is transferred to ICE, if his situation is like to basically malnourish or get worse, you have a countersuit case for defamation. You have basically because the way it works now is there are forms of like torture and punishment, and that can be relayed into the facet of him being denied medical care.
well, when we started, because my daughter started like getting in touch with social media,
Okay.
with the news and stuff, so she knew Channel 3 came to Whitfield County
Okay.
and asked for some questions and stuff. So then they started treating him better, to a certain extent. And then they took him to the eye doctor, which he didn't have no issues with no eye doctor.
Yeah.
They needed to take him to his regular doctor, like, the controls his
Yes,
diabetes.
and who understands his condition. Yeah.
And because the eye problem came from the glucose
Yes,
being
being
that
high.
high. And so they finally took him after 30 days to his regular doctor, but they isolated him. They took him away from everybody, and they isolated him. And they told him that the reason why they isolated him was to, like, keep better um, control on his
And
diabetes.
this was this is before he was shipped to ICE.
Right.
Okay.
And the next day, he got court, and we didn't know he got court. He didn't know he got court.
No one communicated with you
And
that he had court.
no,
Okay. How did
so
you find out?
he called me after that, and he said,
Wow.
"I just got out of court, and they say that I'm good. You know that it was minor traffic
Yeah.
violations, and that I was fine, and that they dropped my bond to $1. That we need to pay it, and I
Okay.
told them I didn't have $1 to pay it because we told them we were not going to pay it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they dropped it to $1 for us to pay it, and we refused to drop it.
Can you come in just a little bit to the
Yeah,
phone?
sure.
Yeah. Because we eventually moved out of frame. But you go ahead.
So he called me and said, "Hey, they told me that if you guys want to come and pay $1, they'll let me out." So then my sister called and said, "You gonna release it to me, or you gonna release it to ICE?" Then they finally said, "Oh, he had an ICE hold. You know he has an ICE hold. So why you telling him for him to find somebody to come in
Yeah.
and pick you up?"
They're lying.
And they were lying.
This is lying. Yeah. This is
So
Withfield County, correct?
right.
Okay. Just making
So
sure.
then we refused to come and get him. So 20 minutes later, Armida came and tried to pick him up and
Okay.
see if we really could pick him up. And they say he's been shipped out to ICE. So why?
So
And
when she came to pick him up, he was already shipped, and they still wanted the money from you.
so when he finally got to where I didn't hear from him all day, when he finally get to me the next day, he said they lied to me. They said that I needed to sign papers because I went to my um, medical attention, and I was signing my release to ICE. So they lied
Wait,
to
so
him.
they lied to him and told him that his medical release was not. It was actually for him to be sent to ICE. Wow.
Yeah.
And this is you have this recorded as well, correct?
Huh?
You have this recorded as well, correct?
Yes. And so he got to a place in between here and Stewart detention, somewhere in Atlanta. He said he don't remember what the name was of the place, but one of the officers asked him, "Do you take any medications?"
Yeah.
In Spanish. And then he said, "Yes, I do take insulin." He was like, "Well, did you brought it with you?" And he said, "No, I didn't bring it because I'm coming from Whitfield County.
Yeah. How
How
would
could
you?
I
They
bring
don't
it?"
give you. Yeah.
Right. And he was like, "Well, we don't have medication in here. You should have brought something because we don't carry medication in here." And then another officer came in and he was like, "What did you just say?" He was like, "Oh, he has diabetes type 1 and he has to have insulin." And he was like, "But he didn't bring it because he's coming from another detention center." And he said, and then they were speaking in English. They didn't know Carlos speak English. And one of them said, "I guess if he dies, he dies because we don't have no
Does he
damn
have
medication in
any
here."
identification for these men, where their names were, where
He
they worked?
knows he knows what the names are.
Okay.
And I said, "What?" And he said, when I told him, he said, I turned around and said, "Yeah, that's fine. I guess I can die." Then he speak English to them. "I can die, but my family knows where I'm at, and they will know what to do."
Did he disclose those names to you?
No, or I don't remember if it's
No,
in
that's
that.
fine. That's
I'm,
fine.
I'm not
Was
100%
that
sure
recorded too?
it's
Okay.
recorded. And he turned around and said, "Oh, you speak English?" He was like, "Yeah, I speak English, and my family will know about this." And so immediately they put him in another car and took him to the Stewart Detention Center. He got there at 4 o'clock in the morning. They didn't supposed to take him until the next morning. But since he told them that he will let us know what happened, they put him in a car and took him immediately to the detention center by himself. So he's been over there since at the end of August. And we've been, trying to do everything we can possibly do to get him back home. And like I said, he just had a court last week, and they told him that if we didn't have all the paperwork together by November 5th, he was going to be deported no matter what the same day.
What paperwork do you need?
So we need to get married,
Okay.
and the lawyer submitted the approval
Okay.
to get married in the detention center 2 months ago. They have not even answered
Wow. So they're doing
because
everything
they're
on
doing it on
purpose.
purpose. And I need to become a U.S. citizen because I'm a U.S. resident. So which we already, he said you don't have to be a U.S. citizen, but you need to be in a process of being a U.S.
Okay.
citizen. So that's what we did. And now we're like, but it's gonna take longer.
Yeah.
Even because there's no way that we can make it happen in 2 weeks because she already said if you don't have everything ready by the 5th of November, he will get deported no matter what. We're not gonna have the. He said it's been 2 months. They have not even answered, and by the time they answer, we have to make an appointment. It's a process. He said it's not gonna
They're
happen.
basically stalemating you.
Yes. So he said the best thing to do now is for him to sign his self-deportation. You become a U.S. citizen. You go to Mexico and marry him, and then we'll try to bring him back.
That's what your lawyer said, or that's
And as of right now, he don't even know that
yeah.
because this happened Friday. Yeah, the court was Friday, and I don't know how to tell him.
I understand.
I don't know how to tell him. He's been here 26 years.
Wow.
Yeah,
26 years?
yeah. And I've been here 36 years, 37. And so he don't, all his family's in Chicago. We don't have nowhere to go. His medical condition, like I said, since he's been detained,
Yeah.
like dropped dramatically. Um, so I don't know.
No, I understand. I
I
understand.
don't know what we're gonna do. Right now, um,
Is this for your GoFundMe? Is
yes,
this okay?
yes.
So you go ahead. I'm just going to show it from the same
Um,
consistency.
right now, my main concern is, go up there, and get them somewhere to stay
Okay.
safe. Make a plan on how we're gonna work it out for the time being that the process is gonna take to get him back. Um, it's been really difficult since all this happened. He was a big support.
No, of
Like
course. Yeah. Yes.
he's not the father of my kids. They didn't like him at first,
Yeah.
and then right now they're right by my side. Like like they're so devastated. The whole house just went
Quiet.
like I mean those nights eating together, playing games together. Um, they ain't there no more. So
Yes, ma'am.
it's been really hard financially. We had to send him money for calls, his commissary. When he was in Whitfield County, they were taking his money away for the doctor's offices or the insulin that they were giving him. If we would have sent him $25, they would take $5, $10 away for his insulin and stuff like that. Um, so now it's like plane tickets
No.
and
Yeah.
I don't know what to do if I lose work. For me to go try to find something for him out there because neither one of us know anything in
No.
Mexico
Yeah.
really,
Yeah.
so I really don't know what we're gonna do,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
it's been really hard.
Yes, ma'am.
And I know we're not the only ones going through
Yeah.
this.
No. But
It's a
it's
lot.
not any different. I mean, you're only human,
Right.
and so yeah. Well, thank you so much for sharing this story.
You're welcome.
Anything short you would like to say?
Um, no, just everybody that is out there that they're going through something like this, speak up, speak out. Every story matters, and the more we are, you know, we make the people more. It's more
Yeah, of
awareness.
course. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, support. I tell everybody when prayers works. I'm a firm believer. If they can donate anything, like prayers work.
Yeah.
We need
Yes, ma'am.
anything that we can possibly get. Um,
Yes,
a
ma'am.
simple prayer
Yeah.
is appreciated.
Well, thank you so much for allowing me to have an interview with you
Yeah.
for real. And in terms of that, I'm definitely going to be trying to donate something. I do want to get a picture of it real quick because it'll be better to have it on the app than just kind of post it there. Other than that, thank you so much, man. I
Thank
really
you. I
appreciate
appreciate
it.
it because